too late, drank way too much.
Oh, the classic.
Playing some Smash Brothers.
Oh shit! Who do you play? Who have you been picking?
Bayonetta.
Ah, I see, I see, I see.
I'm terrible, so.
Me too,
But
me too. Bayonetta. Her
yeah.
her neutral B is really interesting. It like shoots upwards. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you can't do it against like short characters, really.
Yeah, it's kind
But
of weird. I don't know. Seems interesting. Seems interesting. All right. So, can you see my screen?
yeah, yeah.
I guess let's get started.
Okay.
So, how have your games been going since?
Well, we got the coaching just after the season ended, and
Hmm.
then I didn't play any ranked for a while because I wanted to get those lessons like ingrained in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And then the change came that jumped me from silver 5 to silver 4, so I had 0 LP. Finally got up the courage to play a game, and everyone on my team, including me, just fed super hard. They ended up having like 52 kills at the end of the game. It was a
Oh God.
disaster. And immediately I got demoted down to bronze.
Oh no. It's okay. It's just preseason, so.
Yeah. And then as I tried to grind up, there was a point where I was like six six wins in 8 games, and I still only had like 30 some LP because like I was getting really shit LP and losing a whole bunch. I was getting like 12 and losing like 25. Um,
Damn.
so that's finally balanced itself out now, just from having a neutral win rate. Like it seems my MMR has moved to wherever it needs to be. So uh, now I'm just trying to work my way back up
Okay, okay,
whenever I get the
okay.
courage to play.
Okay, let's take a look then, shall we?
Hmm.
Do you care which
Uh,
one we look at first or?
no, not really. They're both some not great performances by me. So, uh,
Okay,
they're-
let us see. Let us see. Any questions before we start, or like comments or anything in
um,
general?
I had some and now I'm blanking on them. So when I think of them, I'll just shout them out.
Ah, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, where's my pen?
So just watching the laning phase real quick.
Yeah. Um, so I have like a huge problem in laning phase against hyper aggressive lanes. Draven, pretty much anything with like a Blitzcrank or a Thresh is pretty tough for me. Like lanes where they want to push and keep you under tower and they want to trade and just smack you down. I got a real I've been having a real tough time with those. Um,
Interesting.
Even strangely, like Misfortune, I've been real hit or miss with, mostly miss. Um, like her auto Q auto and stuff, and her slows. I played a game against a Misfortune and a Janna, and their slows stack, and like Janna's W and Misfortune's make it rain, and I was just getting absolutely stomped on. Um, so maybe neither one of those are these games. These ones are ones where I'm more comfortable with that I still
Okay.
lose. So
I do think that in these kinds of lanes, the usual general common denominator is knowing whether or not you know what they're gonna do, right? Whether or not they surprise you with their moves. Let's say Thresh or Draven, when they walk up and hit you, if you have nothing planned, that's how you get punished the most, right? You mentioned Misfortune and all these other champs. These are champs that are trying to usually do something to you, especially when you play Jinx, right?
okay,
So it's more of a do you know what they're gonna do before they do it kind of idea going on here when it gets to those kinds of lanes. So like in this example, it would be like Lux. Do you know when Lux is gonna throw a Q at you, essentially during the lane phase? So
all right,
maybe a general idea of predicting what they're going to do before they do it, right? And less about focusing on the CS and more about figuring out what the champions specifically are trying to do. So I mean, so far we're a pretty tame lane phase. If there's anything, if there's any real ideas going on here, it's that, you know, how do you think you want the wave to be?
About where it is right now.
Well, you know, if the wave is like here, they're gonna keep poking you out, right?
Why's that?
Well, they're just gonna throw stuff at you. Like, look at Sona, right? Okay, so let's watch. So let's say we keep the wave. Let me get my pen off. Let me see. So let's say we have the wave here, and they're just gonna keep throwing stuff at you until Kingdom comes, right? And if your Shaco ganks, what's gonna happen?
They're gonna die.
Wait,
I mean,
but wouldn't they just walk away? Like, how do you stop them from walking away?
oh, I mean, yeah, I don't have any ability to assist in stopping them from walking away. I just figured with them being so far up that that would give him the opportunity he needed. Yeah,
So let's
if
say
they're full health and have their summoners up.
yeah. So us putting the wave in this spot isn't necessarily to isn't helping us kind of punish them, if that makes any sense. There's no real punish for them, right? So the, like, you know, it's different if, let's say, if you had a Blitzcrank and an IDLEsc, or let's make it better, like a Xin or something, right? Now, are they safe? What do you think?
No.
Yeah, they're a lot
You
less
can
safe.
hold them down.
Yeah. So there's a difference in terms of how you want the wave to be and how the matchup is, right? So against something like Lux and Ezreal, if you push them in, what are they gonna do to you? How do they kill you in a gank? What do you think?
Lux Snare, and I don't remember who their jungler is this game, but they have to hold me down to kill me.
Right, they have to land some kind of CC, right? So let's say if you think you can push without getting punished, then, you know, usually the winning move is just pushing, which is just like auto attacking on cooldown, right? Like what you're doing right now would be considered really good if you want to help. Oh yeah, Master Yi, right? They can't kill you unless they like land the binding or something like that. So maybe something you could something that help you is ideas of when you should push, right? Because here they're just throwing a bunch of stuff at you, and it seems like it's really hard for you guys to fight back, right? It's because they're just pushing you guys under tower all the time. That's one thing. That's one thing you could take a look at, is some kind of wave management ideas, right? If you can push without dying in a gank, you know, usually pushing is the right strat. Do you want to see an example of that, or do you want to just keep moving, keep going?
No, yeah, please.
Okay. Let's see. There is something that I have had recently that is probably going to turn into a video, but in here we go. Okay, let's watch this, right? So I'm just shoving them in the whole time, right?
Okay.
That's the strat. And how do we do it? We auto attack as much as possible, right? So how many auto attacks can you fit in? And, you know, if you're playing Jinx, then sometimes you use rockets, but ideally you wouldn't have to use rockets, right? And then, you know, once they're under tower, you can do whatever you want. You can hit them, you can hit the tower, you can ward. You have options after pushing, right? But if you can push and get away with it, like they can't kill us because I have some kind of counterplay for whatever reason, right? So that's the idea, is if you can just, oh, whoops, the sound is on. If you can just push in all the time. So let's fast forward a little bit. So what's going on over time that we've been pushing? What do you notice? We just auto push, and then what happens?
I mean, you're getting damage on the tower. Tristana's gonna have a hard time CSing. I mean, I can't clearly see her CS, but it can probably be assumed that it's lower than yours. Their level.
Right. And how much HP do they have?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So is this similar or not similar to what we're watching in your gameplay?
It's the other side of my gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the idea. Is you just wanna hard shove, right? All right, let's fast forward. All right, what's the outcome of this? What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen? If we keep doing this forever.
I mean, eventually you're gonna just win the lane. You're gonna get the tower, they're gonna have to try to stop you, and you're gonna kill them.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to do something, right? Or they just have the base, right? They're just losing lane super hard, right? So
Yeah.
this is something that will help you a lot. Is if you can push and not die to a gank, you just literally do this tactic every game. And tells of whether or not you're dying to a gank is how strong is their support jungle combo. So we'll say this is not that strong because we can just walk away. And Nautilus is pretty strong, but I have shield, right? So for you, it'd be like against Lux and Master Yi, you just make sure you don't get hit by binding, and then you can just walk away. Right. So, they'll eventually do something super desperate like this, and then they just all die, right? So this is kind of the idea behind YOLO pushing, is that you're just generating advantages if they can't kill you, right? And then the disadvantage of doing it is that if you do die, it's really bad. So, but let's see what's going on here.
So that's very matchup specific. So because their support and jungler can't kill you doesn't always mean that it's good to YOLO push, correct?
If they can't punish you, that's the whole idea. Is let's say there's no way for them to punish you, then you want to push. And then from that kind of idea, we would say, oh, they can't punish us because they have a weak support or a weak jungle or something. So then you push, right? But let's say they have a strong bot lane combo, but your jungle is always bot, so you can push and they can't gank you, right? That would be an example of you can still push. So, like let's say in any of these games, let's take this for example, right? Tristana with Ignite and Jarvan, and then you're playing Jinx and Thresh, and they have a Vi. Do you think you can push in this lane?
Yes.
And how come?
Well, pre-6, yes, because they don't have a way to stop me. Well, no, they can chase me down pretty hard.
Right, I'll say they're making some kind of flash play here, right? And you can easily die, right?
Yeah.
How about this example? They have Kled and Veigar, and you have Brand and Diana. How likely is it for you to push up in this lane?
I would. Oh, okay, wait, no, yeah, we have Diana and Brand. They have Kled. Yeah, no, I should not push up in that lane.
Right, it wouldn't be that bad. So the idea is kind of, it's not that you can't push, it's that you can't hit the tower. That's what I want to clarify, because there's a point where you can get away and a point where you can't get away, and hitting the tower is at the point where you can't get away, right? How about this example? Let's see. Let's keep going because this is very relevant. Jackson, Braum.
I mean, if it's early enough, I'd say I should be all right. As long as I have a plan for Jax's stun, if I have a flash play or something like that can stop that, traps at my feet. Their CC is not that hard. Braum's slows is not great, but for the entirety of the laning phase, I'd say I could probably push.
You can say it depends. I would probably say you just push and run, right? Probably can't hit the tower is the idea. Like, you hit the tower, can you get away from the gank? Is always the idea, right? Okay. And then let's find an example where it's more obvious. Wow, all these champions. People just pick these interesting champions, huh? Let's see.
I demand tribute.
Looks like nowadays it's hard to push. Okay, here we go.
Coaching.
This is a good one.
I learn a lot from you about ADC and hope you keep up the content. Smiley face.
Oh shit! Thank you, Austin.
I would not feel comfortable pushing in that matchup.
Wait, how come?
Because Talon roams are very strong. Sona ult. And
well, hold on. Let's pretend let's pretend it's before level 6 and Talon's not roaming.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I'll push them in all day.
Yeah, this is super free, right? This is what I want you to think. And then of course, if you're are afraid of roams and stuff, then you push and you run. Okay, that's what I want you to think. So in these examples, I want you to think that if you have the option to push and they can't kill you by some kind of flash play, then you should push, right? That'll help prevent you from getting pushed in, right? Because notice how you said you thought they were gonna die to a Shaco gank, but why haven't they died yet? Because it's not really possible, right?
Okay.
All right. So what's going on here? I noticed there was something going on here.
Uh,
Some kind of shenanigans going on here. Uh-oh.
so if we go back a little further, I see on the mini map. Uh, see where I see it. I see Yi in our jungle,
Mm-hmm.
so I try to pop up and help out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, see him flash, and then I say, "All right, we win that."
Mm-hmm.
And I try to go back to lane.
Okay.
Um, it looks like our brand wants to fight it anyway,
All right.
and so as soon as I see he's fighting, I try to come help.
All right. So at what point did you make a mistake? What do you think?
When seeing the brand re-engage, knowing we have numbers disadvantage, and I went back in.
Right.
Everything after seeing the flash.
Yeah, maybe not everything, but more of a. At what point can you no longer get away? What do you think?
Oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah. At what point are we committed here
Yeah,
to
yeah.
helping this guy?
At this point right here, if I was walking the other direction, then it'd be better.
Yeah. So it's the idea is like, okay, you can look to help. That's not bad at all. You're like, okay, maybe I can try something, but when you see this, it's like, oh, okay, there's kind of nothing else to do here. Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we don't want to commit to helping until we know it's good, because I mean, you just automatically die if it's not good, right? So he's just on top of you, and then there's nothing you can do. You can flash if you want, but you're just dead, right? This champion, oh my god, this champion, she should definitely kill you here, but maybe not. Maybe she can't kill you. How does she not kill you here? What the hell? All right, I don't know, but you get away here. But yeah, kind of you don't want to be in range to commit, I guess, when you're trying to help stuff. But okay, sometimes it happens. Let's say it's just Katarina.
Two things: to suck some hard candy and suck some dicks.
How come we're trying to fight that guy though?
The Lux?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. No, that's a good call. I was kind of
Well,
it just feels if I can outplay, then maybe something would happen. It was the call wasn't great. If I in my head I'm like, okay, if I hit the zap and I bait the binding, then there's not really anything she can do to me. Like her E auto is not going to kill me, and my auto attacks do much more damage if I get up there, zap, dodge the binding. I'll tank the E, drop the chompers, and get out of her range and just rocket her to death. That was my plan.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so what is let's say Lux doesn't use binding. How does she just walk away here? What do you think?
Literally
like-
just walk away.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, exactly. Like, how do you? Yeah, there's no way to fight her if she just chooses to throw an E and then walk away, right? So that's the problem is not that, it's good that you have some kind of idea going into this, but when you watch the result here and you ask yourself how is this ever going to work, right? Just because you can hit someone doesn't mean you should, especially if you have no way to actually win. You're playing Jinx, right? This champion can't really do anything except follow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really hard to kind of make stuff happen, unless they're running into you or your team lands a stun first. So that might be a habit we might be seeing, is trying to make something happen. Like, say for example, you're walking up to that Master Yi. What were you planning on doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's actually one of the topics I have written down from our last session. Is I'm trying to make stuff happen as a follow-up champ.
Yeah. Exactly. This champ is not so hot, but oh, hold on, let me watch this. But you can still make it work for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this Katarina, man. Oh, okay. How come you could hit the zap? What do you think? We said it earlier, but
because it was a follow-up. Because we're
not quite. I want you to think follow-up is like you follow up on a stun or something like that.
Okay.
A hook, a stun, a catch, whatever. So Sona didn't really ulti, right?
No.
What is Lux doing? There's another thing we mentioned. Let's watch this. Okay. Which direction is Sona running after she sees Lux?
Oh, okay. Away.
Okay, and then what is
But-
Lux doing?
Chasing.
Yeah. So this is one of the. So either they're chasing, you can land everything into their face, or you're following up. That's what I want you to think when you can land these abilities. That's usually, statistically speaking, what happens, right? Otherwise, it's impossible to land stuff. So this is really good. That was a really nice zap into ulti. Pog champ, right?
Mhm.
That was really good. So it's really clear in terms of, I mean, just these 3 examples alone, where the times where you're kind of had a low percentage of making something happen was when you try to start something, right? Whether it be against Master Yi or Lux or whatever, and then the time where you actually was immediately rewarded is when this Lux is chasing you, just zap her in the face, right? So see, like, look at that, like, it looks good, right? But it's impossible to hit this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
So in a
those-
lane where I don't have a support that I can follow up, unless it's an all-in level 6 using ulti, basically only use my abilities if they're chasing.
yeah, exactly. That's basically it. And then it's like, oh, what else do I do? You can push, or you can let them push or whatever, right? But you're happy farming, right? Remember, we're playing a super scaling champion. You know, it would be kind of ridiculous if we could start stuff, be useful early mid game, and be good late game, right?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of too OP. So that's kind of the trade off. Is you just need to relax and just, you know, take things as they come. So far so good. If you had like no interaction before this right here, you would say this Jinx is winning, right here. This one interaction is you're already winning the game. Is how you should be thinking. But then when you like try and make something happen and it goes wrong, then you know it's kind of not good for the team. So.
All right. And at this point, would you say I should still be pushing?
Okay, yeah. So we can talk about this. When we get to the when we get to the first item buys or half an item or something along those lines. Let's say, where is it? Where's the example here? This is perfect. Okay. Well, assuming you can't die, let's assume that you saw them base and you know where their jungle is. You just push this into tower so they lose CS and then run away.
Okay.
Right. And if they chase you, that's one of our conditions for landing stuff, right? And if you push this and you're hiding in a bush, you can follow up on your support when they ulti. Right. So this is your strategy: is just push and then run away. And let's say you can't push because you don't know where they are. They're like hiding, right? And you're scared they're gonna kill you. Then you just have to wait for your team. You sit here and get XP, and you're happy, right? So that's your kind of cookie cutter strat.
If we're all in lane,
Mm-hmm.
both our junglers are top,
Mm-hmm.
should we be pushing lane?
Yeah. You can push lane, hit tower. You can push lane, go ward. If the dragon's up, you can push the lane and look to secure dragon. But you don't have to push lane.
Tower?
Yeah, you can hit tower if they can't stop. You just said their jungle's top, right?
Yeah, both our junglers are top, so it's just Lux, Ezreal, me, and Sona.
Yeah. So if you can hit the tower without dying, it seems like a good strat, right?
Okay.
So, it's always, but if you can, same with pushing. If you can push and get away with it, you can't really go wrong. For now, we'll say that, you know, pushing is winning. We consider winning. But if you can't push because you're gonna die, don't push, right? So in this example, why can't you push?
Because I'm alone.
Perfect, right? So you just wait. That's it. It's literally like that's your flow chart. Oh, okay. And then and then you try to push, right? So that's why you can't push, is that you're alone. So yeah, it's a very think about it as a simple flow chart. Can I push? Yes, push. And then if the answer is no, okay, wait until you can push, right? So it's simple. It's as simple as that, right? Do you think that you can kind of work this into your gameplay?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some trial and error as I figure it out, but for sure.
Oh my god, look at this. Why is this winning? Why is this winning? With your champion. We talked about this, but related to what we talked about. Who is starting shit here?
Oh yeah, that they're starting shit.
Yeah. So,
and so I'm just capitalizing as well as I can.
Exactly. Okay, well, I mean, we should talk about this too, though. We
Yeah.
should talk about this. What's going on here?
I missed my ult.
Okay, so how do we make sure we don't miss? What do you think? How do we increase our chances of landing ulti?
wait till they're slowed, wait till there's only one direction for them to be going.
Right.
When I start, yeah, it was bad
I mean,
ulti.
this looks perfect here, right? This one right here.
Oh yeah, that'd be great because they're running in one direction. She's next to a wall. She either has to eat the ult or walk up to Darius.
Yeah, you can even be spicy. You can go this way and then ulti in a straight line.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
do this nice line along the wall. Some stuff like that. But you have it right. You know, just wait until you have the perfect opportunity, right? So with these skill shots, I want you to think like, just wait until it's perfect, right? Wow, that was a nice zap. Wow, let's watch it zap. How'd you land this? What do you think?
The same way we just explained the ult. Like
We
he
just
was.
waited until he's got nothing else to do and then he died, right? So it was good,
Yep.
right? So I mean, so far, anytime you've followed up or gone for a turn play, you've literally won every time. And every time you try and start shit, you've literally kind of lost every time, right? So
Yeah.
this is still definitely a concept we're seeing in your Jinx gameplay. So, but it looks like you're doing really well when it comes to punishing them. When they do something dumb, you just kill them, right? It's good. It says definitely think about it this way. When you look to start stuff, I want you to think you pushing the lane is winning. If you want to like force a win, you pushing is winning, right? Not necessarily hitting tower, but pushing the wave. So let's fast forward and see what's going on here. Oh, okay, hold up. So spoiler alert, we just all died, huh?
Yeah.
Feels bad. Can't get away from this champ, by the way. All right, this is another thing I want to talk about. This is related to our talk of we push and then we hit tower if what?
If they can't punish.
Yeah, if they can't punish. So how come they can punish here? Even though their bot lane is dead, why can they punish here?
Because I have no flash and I'm not at full health, and I have no way of getting away.
Yeah, no flash is a very common indicator. That was good, no flash. And just that their champions are too OP. Dude, Akali and Katarina, you're just gonna die, alright? So I want you to think that, your winning strat is kill the wave and run away.
Okay.
And then when you know you can't die, you can hit the tower. Right? I want you to think this is PvE. You're playing World of Warcraft and you're collecting bounties off these like PvE these monsters, right? You don't want to like get caught with your pants down going for this stuff, right?
Okay.
So that's the cookie cutter strat for.
If I had
you.
flash here, would you say would be okay for me to take this tower?
No, you're still dying here.
Okay.
You're still dying with flash. Like you can watch, right? But assume they all have flash too. So what do you do? You're gonna flash here, right? And then Master E kills you, right?
Yeah.
So there's basically no way you win this. So that's the idea is that if you when in doubt, you just need to not hit the tower. You just push and run. That's what I want you to think. Only do things as long as you can't die is a good way to put it. Right? So
Right.
feels bad, sometimes it happens, but oh, okay. What the heck? Let's watch this. Any questions so far, by the way?
Nope. I've been asking as we go.
Holy shit, that ulti. Goddamn. Pog champ.
Yeah, I don't know the context of that one. I'd have to see it again to see what made me certain I was gonna hit with that. I don't know.
They were
Maybe
like fighting,
accidentally
so
good.
you went for the ulti. So here's a habit we can help you with this hitting tower idea is when you're after you push, press tab and say if everyone missing is on the way mid, can we get away? That's how you know if you can hit the tower or not. So
Okay.
So if you press tab here and you say, everyone missing is on the way, can you get away here when you hit this tower? What do you think?
Oh, sorry, I was writing down. Absolutely not.
Right. So something like you got Akali and Master Yi coming over the wall, right, or something like that. So what should you do instead? You can stand here and wait to see if they show up on the map, or you can just go bot, right? But I want you to think like you don't have to make something happen. I want you to think pushing is already making something happen. So we will consider this wave to be pushed, right?
Okay.
So that's making something happen. They have to defend. They're taking damage because of your minions. You know, they're losing income if they don't come. That kind of you're already exerting pressure. It's when if you try and do too much is how you're gonna get punished, right? So, but okay, we get the tower, and then okay, hold on, what's going on here? Oh, there's a fight going on. Is this doable? Uh-oh. Oh my god. Oh, feels bad. All right, what happened here?
I mean, it's a very similar idea as the turret, where if all the enemies were coming to where we're at now, we're not going to win that. Sona did not go the same direction as us, so at this point in our fight, we're 3v2, and yeah, we had no vision in their jungle, so we had no business going down that way. We should have just, yeah.
You guys need to just bounce, you know, right?
Yep.
We're not really looking for a fight here. So I want you to think that like less interaction is better.
Okay.
Your only interaction you want is winning. That's what I want you to think. Right. So
do you think that taking this red buff and going down the south side towards bot lane, or like was the mistake made as soon as I walked into their jungle?
oh no, this is like let's say you see them here, right? Let's say you saw Yi top and you saw Akali, and then they're all coming up through mid, so they literally can't stop you from doing red. Right? They physically cannot stop you from doing red. And doing it is fine. Right? You do red, you go bot, you're happy, right? It's when it turns into it's possible for them to stop you, then you're screwed, right? Let's say you haven't seen Master Yi and he's just hiding next to red buff and you try and do red buff. Then we know that doesn't make sense because it's possible for him to be there, right? So seeing them on the map will tell you whether or not you can do stuff.
Okay. So this is still, I have not made the mistake. Well, he got here real fast. So
right,
as soon
so
as I abandoned the red buff and came up here.
Yeah, exactly. That's the mistake. You tried to fight this out. I don't know why you tried to fight this out, but you could have just. It's fine to try the red buff to see if they come stop you, but if they're gonna stop you, just leave it. Right? They're just an attempt at trying to be cheeky and take their red for free. But yeah, that's so far. You know the general theme we're seeing so far is like trying to make something happen / staying to fight or something along those lines, right? Like either staying too long or trying to make something happen or starting something, right? Like here we're overstaying in this fight, right? We actually don't want to fight here, so I don't know why you're walking forward, but it took you guys too long to realize that you actually didn't want this, right? You guys need to leave.
Okay.
Here's something that might make sense to you. Okay, so let's say there's an even wave here, right? And this is you, and this is your range of attack. Okay, so anytime you move forward, this thing increases. This moves with you. Right? This circle of influence moves with you. So when you kill these minions and you run away and they chase you, that's ideally what we want. So you can land everything, right? Or let's say your teammate catches an enemy inside your sphere of auto attacks, then you can hit them, right? But let's say they're outside here. What do you do? What do you do instead? You know, do you hit the minions or do you try and hit them? Right? I want you to think that you always go for the stuff inside of what you're able to do, and don't go outside of that. You always want to be kiting, is what I want you to think. And the only time you go forward is when you have a massive advantage. So if we take this example and we go back a little bit, right, to when we were trying to take this red buff, right? How would this example compare? What do you think? All right, so we're going this way, and then we're going down, right?
Mm-hmm. So you went up into them, right? Mm-hmm. I want you to be kiting. I want you to kite. If they're like this, I want you to kite down this way because they're right here, right? Until they're the edge of your max range. Got it.
Right. So that's kind of this is like the idea that I think will help you a lot is don't be kiting towards them, if that makes any sense. Right. You want to be kiting away as much as possible, especially on this champion. So hold on. Plays DV. Plays DV, please. Yeah, that will help you a lot. See here, this is perfect, right? When she goes in, you're running away. Right? Always running away until you know otherwise. So Like, you see this, right? I mean, that's an exact picture of what we're looking for. Hold up. Let me see if I can pause this.
Yep.
Oh, you saw that, right? So that's what we want to see. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Oh my, you see that? You hit him and you ran every single time. So anytime you didn't do that and it wasn't like a clear win is when you got punished. Remember the Master Yi that was like meditating next to your jungle, or the Lux that was in that bush, you know what I mean, right?
Yep.
You don't want to walk towards them unless you have a very good reason to do so, right? That's what I want you to think. So even this, right? What do you think I would say about walking towards Lux here? Hold on, let me see it. Let me see if we can see it. Not this one. This one right here.
Oh.
Right. Well, I mean, she already used bind, but if she didn't have bind, this would be a trap. Is what I want you to think.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm walking in a straight line.
We don't want to
towards
opt
the
in.
skill shot.
Yeah. We don't want to opt into that. All right. And if they run into you and they're hard chasing, you just hit them with the W, and then that's really good. So that's what I want you to think. You want to be kiting at all times. And then let's say if you're kiting at all times, then it's like, oh, when do you ever go forwards? When there's nobody near you, let's say the minion line is here and they're standing here, you just inch forwards until you can kill all the minions. And I want you to think that's winning. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's keep
So
going.
only move forward. Okay.
So like some exceptions we can talk about are like, let's say you have more people and you want to study some shit. Then that would be good example if you can break this rule because you have an extra person, right?
Yeah.
Or you have Baron, so you have some kind of reason. Let's say they can't kill you,
Yeah,
then you can
they can't
move up
stop
and force them into your little sphere of influence, right? But let's say if you have 0 advantage, then you definitely don't want to do that, right? You want them to run into you, always. Perfect. Oh my! Do you see how good this is, right?
Yeah.
This is 10 times better. You're actually gonna kill people here. Oh, okay. We can talk about this, but this is good. This will set you up. If you do this every time, this sets you up into winning. This is a winning situation. So all I have to do is finish it. So let's talk about this. What do we need to do to turn this into a win? If we are doing what we're supposed to be doing on Jinx.
Hit all of our abilities.
Okay, perfect. Right. So if someone stuns, which one goes first? Which ability goes first? Yeah. Okay, so you already know, right? But so what happened here?
I reacted far late on the chompers.
Yeah, that's basically about it, right?
Yeah, that was.
But it's okay. See, this is what we would consider good. Okay, this is what we want to see for fighting. It's just you needed the chompers first. Otherwise, you would have killed all of them for sure. And then okay, this is kind of unfortunate because it happens, but don't worry about like dives and stuff for now. All right, I want you to think that this is get this situation as many times as possible, and then the immediate response, throwing chompers on stun or throwing a zap when they're chasing will be better. You can train this, right? So this is really good. You just needed a chompers first. So that's kind of awkward.
Did you see Ezreal?
Yeah, he jumped into a body block.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy. It was pretty nuts. But sometimes it happens,
Yeah, no, I mean that's
Okay, hold up. Let's look at this. This is relevant. Any kind of interaction between champions is relevant. So what are we doing here? Right here.
I mean, for the whole fight, or just for that one right there?
Yeah, this specific idea.
I'm not hitting the closest champion.
All right, it's kind of, you're trying to chase this guy, right?
Yeah.
So this guy is, there's no way you're gonna get this guy. I mean, I just know from experience, but you think you're gonna zap him and maybe ulti him or something like that. But this dude is just gonna jump away, or what do you think he's gonna do if he doesn't jump away?
Jump in.
Yeah, he's just gonna kill you. Yeah. So I think here, it's good. I mean, it's good to go for the zap, but this guy is not. You're not getting this guy. So that's kind of awkward.
That is.
So how do you think that happened?
Yeah, I chased and then I put myself right in everyone's orb of influence.
Yeah. I want you to be like kiting out. You never want to walk in. That's what I want you to think. For now. Okay. Walking in is like you kill them with one auto attack. Okay. So you see something like this. If we look at our little sphere thing here, let's back it up. Okay. Let me pause it a good time. Here. Okay. And we see this. And this is our auto attack range. What's inside it?
Nobody. Like just an ally.
Okay, how about now? What did we say was winning? And you don't even have to hit people.
Oh. Just what?
Let's say if you do this, that's already considered winning without interacting with anyone.
Oh god.
Remember our discussion about like what do we do if the minion line is here and then the enemy champions are here?
Oh.
So let's say it'd be like this, and then the enemy champions are here. What do you do?
Yeah, you PvE. You.
Yeah, PvE. Okay, I want you to think you PvE. All right. When in doubt, right? You just kill these minions here. Right, and of course, if a champion's in range, then you can hit them, right, and kite out. This is perfect. It's when we get to something like this, and then you try and hit her. That's when we get in trouble. Okay, that's what I want you to think. You don't really have any tools to dodge her stun without flash, and we would say even if you flashes, it might not be good, right?
Yeah.
So
It's not always good to trade a flash for a snare.
Yeah, unless you can finish her off for some reason. So that's where you're going wrong. Is you're trying to make something happen by hitting them. Just because you can hit them doesn't mean you should. Just because you can walk up and hit them doesn't mean you should. You can kill these minions and you're winning. Okay, that's what I want you to think. And then of course, you're just gonna die because you get hit, and then it's just doomed, right? You can say like, oh, we should have saved our flash and flash after, but honestly, you guys are just dying here, right? Yeah. So that's your main problem right now is you walk up to try and hit someone because you can, and you don't want to walk up to hit them unless they're chasing you or you're following up. That's what I want you to think for now. Okay. Yep. You want to be PvEing as much as possible. So does that make sense? You can see like how it's causing you to die, right? Or causing mistakes, I guess. This is perfect right here. In the sense that you're kiting super hard. This guy's dying. What is he doing? Okay. Interesting. What's up?
No, that from where you said I should be PvEing there and I should be hitting those minions, it felt like a team fight.
It is a team fight, right?
And
let's back it up. So we're at 29. Okay. This is a team fight, right? Place TV, please.
Sorry. So I just want to make sure I understand the logic behind it before, because I think that's going to be real important. So yeah, like right here, when you say I should be hitting the minions instead of the Lux, so I only fight when they make it easy for me.
You only fight when it's free AF, right? You like we said, you want to follow up, right? You don't want to start stuff. So us hitting minions is only because there are minions here. Let's say there's nothing here. Let's say just blank empty. You still don't want to hit her.
Okay.
Right. And the reason being is that even though she's in our range, it's that okay, if you want to hit her, you can hit her and run. But the problem with hitting her is that it's not safe to hit her. Right? If you walk up and hit her and she throws a binding, how do you dodge this? Right? You need to, like, no matter what happens, you need to dodge this. I think you have a priority on trying to hit people, and instead you want to prioritize living and maximize your income, and then you can hit people when you follow up or when they're chasing, right? That's what you want. That's what you want to do. So our analogy isn't quite perfect, but
Okay. So
if there are
so
no
it's
minions
not
here,
like in any and at any point in the game, if there's minions in your range, you need to be hitting
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
It's
no, no.
okay.
It's just that you have
It
nothing better
is.
to do there. So
Yeah. It is that. Yeah. I mean, at that point, doing nothing was better than doing what I did.
yes, yes. Doing nothing is quite often, the better move than trying to make something happen. Right.
Got it.
Like, have you ever been like, "Yo, we gotta end in 5 minutes. I gotta go eat dinner" or something like that? That's when the team just starts throwing at Baron, right? When you try and end the game. I used to do that. That's happened so many times back in the day. It's so funny. But like, yo, I gotta go. Let's finish now. That team's statistically losing because they're trying to rush things, right?
Got
So
it. Okay.
yeah, if there's a
That
big
makes sense then.
takeaway. Yeah, see, it's like if there's a big takeaway, it's don't walk up to start something. You only follow up. That's what I want you to think. So like if we were to say what should we do instead of walk into the bushes, what should we do?
Right here. I mean, drop wards somewhere.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We can do that.
Um. Yeah. I mean, press tab and just look at what items people have.
Right, right. All these are good. You can also what else can you do to make money as well? Slash what's important for ADC.
Yeah, I mean, farm some camps, go bot lane.
Yeah. Basically anything that doesn't involve
But
interacting unless it's good.
in this scenario, though, I think I didn't want to leave the team, so I didn't want to go bot lane. I didn't want to go into their jungle to take some camps because right now we are 5v4.
Yeah, so you want to make something happen, right?
Yeah.
But here's the kicker is that if you go first in a 5v4 and they one-shot you, it's not really a 5v4 anymore. Right? You die too fast. Which is what's going to happen here. If you want to stay with the team, that's actually a good decision. But you don't want to be the first guy in. You know what I mean? Like here, right here.
Got it.
We're insta dead here, right? Versus if you're standing behind them and let's pretend Sona has ulti, or let's say Brand stuns someone, you can zap from a million range or ulti from a million range. That's like your job, right? Your job is clean up crew. That's what you think. You're the janitor, right? When shit's going down and there's minions on the ground and you have nothing else to do, you mop up the water, right? You kill all the minions, and then maybe you can go and finish people off, right? But you don't want to start shit. Otherwise, you guys are all dying here, right? So
Got it.
Yeah. You guys actually might be dying here. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh no! All right, you're all fucked here. So yeah. Okay, that's just their champions are kind of obnoxious, and you also have no HP, but it is the general idea, right? Is that you don't want to be the one starting stuff ever. That's what I want you to think. There are exceptions, like you have flash and you're trying to bait, but I think at this level you don't need to do any of that. You just need to PvE and make sure you're not throwing by dying or trying to do something, anything along those lines, right? Like you've seen that every single time you've tried to do something, it kind of backfires, right?
Yes. Like that was a perfect example right there where if you ask me what I'm doing going in that bush, I can tell you. And you can tell me why it's wrong. Like that was a scenario where I was not playing in autopilot. That was a conscious decision for me to go and try to start a 5v4.
Right. So here's how you do it. Let's bring up back that example and be like, okay, you have 5 people there, 4 people. What do you do? Remember that you want them to come to you. That's what I want you to think. Ideally speaking, they come to you. So where do you sit on the map to make them come to you?
Baron.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, everyone sits at Baron. You put wards down. Okay, perfect. They're running into you. That's exactly what you want. You win, right? That's exactly what your champion wants and what your team wants because it's 5v4. So what was the problem? You guys went to them into their jungle, right? So it's not your team as a whole went to them. It was more like you kind of went first.
Yeah, I tried to initiate. Like right. I mean, if my whole team had even gone into them, it would have been better than me going up.
Yeah. So it's a mix of things, right? But when you want them to come to you and you have control of the map, you just go to Baron, and then you do it if they don't check. So.
So with the state that crit ADCs, oh yeah, that was one. I watched that 3 times before I figured out where Katarina was. I was like, I didn't see Katarina, and then I died.
Oh, feels bad, man.
I mean, it was game over anyway. But I'm like, I'm sitting here, and then boop. Oh, there she is. Found her. So with the state that crit ADCs are in right now, I feel like until I'm on 3 items,
Mm-hmm.
I just tickle people.
Yeah, this is true. You don't do damage by auto attacking, which is why every time you try and walk up to auto attack, you lost. Right? How do you do damage as Jinx?
You get 6 items in level 18.
Before your items. Let's say you're at 2 items. How do you do damage? You did it last game.
Oh, zap.
Yes,
And
zap. You hit the zap and then you fucking kill someone. What else?
you said pre 6?
Yeah, no. Before 2 items.
Oh,
Or 3
before.
items or whatever.
Yeah, hit your abilities.
Yeah, I mean that's it, right? You walking up to hit someone almost always ended up in a losing situation. But every time you followed up with an ability, you just fucking destroyed them, right? So you're not supposed to walk up and hit people. Like you don't really get to 6 items anymore, right? Then
Yeah.
your style changes. It does change when you have a ton of items. You have more options, which is why people say Jinx scales is because one of the reasons that you have more options later in the game with auto attacks and spacing and stuff like that. But the whole mid game, early game, you want it to be as clean as possible so you can get to that stage, right?
So I mean, this almost makes my next question seem irrelevant, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Yeah.
I was thinking about changing my standard build. Right now it's Storm Razor, Hurricane, Infinity Edge, Rapid Fire, and like if there's nothing crazy, if there's no Mundo or whatever making me build like Grievous Wounds and stuff like that, like that's just what I typically go for.
Right.
Would you have an opinion on switching to IE second?
You probably are too useless first item. Probably. Right. That's why Jinx is not in a great spot. You don't have any good builds, right?
Wait,
Honestly,
wait. I mean, like switching too use. I'm probably too useless. What?
you're too useless mid game, early mid game, right?
If I go Storm Razor IE instead of Storm Razor Hurricane?
Yeah, Infinity Edge is really bad, right? Especially by itself. So
Okay.
it's not good. Infinity Edge is something that you think about it, it's not a benefit to you. It's something you're forced to buy because you have nothing else.
Okay.
So yeah, honestly, it kind of sucks. Maybe honestly, if I was playing Jinx, I would probably experiment with some other builds, like maybe Blade the Rune King, Runons, and the Black Cleaver, or some crazy shit. Like it's just, I mean, you saw
Crit
you
is
had a
hard.
tough time, huh?
Crit is hard right now,
Yeah. Crit is kind of bad, so
but
feels bad.
but
Man.
I mean, it's never dictated how my game goes, though. It's never been, oh, I lost because crit ADCs are in a bad spot right now. It's always, oh, I lost because I walked into that 1v5 scenario earlier and then they took my turret and I couldn't go back into lane, and so this is a pretty minor question. So that is a fat no, and maybe even try a non-crit build.
Yes. Dude, honestly, if I were playing Jinx, I would probably try something that's like Blade the Rune King first or something. Honestly.
Yeah, I think I saw a video where you did something like that with Twitch.
Oh yeah, I did Black Cleaver instead of Infinity. The Infinity Edge is just so bad right now. It's unbelievable. Building it is just a mega trap. What can I say?
Okay. All right. So, in this game, what's going on? Zyra, this is
Oh, okay.
So here I wanted him to hit me so I could get the chompers and the towers that hit him, yeah.
Okay, so why did you lose this? What do you think?
Because I chased right there.
Okay, what else?
I mean, I don't have a support here.
Yeah. Okay, so there are two big things, right? One is that you really wanted this kill, so you got to the point where you're like, either he's dying or I'm dying. When in fact, you can just be like, oh, I got a bunch of health, I can just back off, right? So that's one thing. That's kind of hard to figure out.
Yeah.
The second
That's
one,
a winning trade, leave it alone.
Yes, that's winning already. The second one is you have no support, so you need to be as clean as possible. Otherwise it's gonna backfire really fast, right? So yeah, you should just be. You don't have to kill them. I want you to think that you don't have to kill people to win this game, right? You just need to bully them out a lot of times, like what you're doing right here, right? You landed everything. You don't have to chase for the kill. You know, honestly, you can say that he has heal, so there's no way you're gonna get him, right? You should just be happy with hitting them with everything. But I think it was a really good attempt. I think it's really good to go for stuff like that. You had the right idea. Now it's about refining it. Like, for example, when you do this, what is he gonna do? He's gonna stand there.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna roll his face on his keyboard.
Yes, he's gonna roll his face on his keyboard, right? So the next step when it comes to playing against PvP is figure out what they're gonna do. Right. So if you interact, I want you to think that we want as few interactions as possible. But if you do go for interactions, I want you to think, do you know what they're gonna do?
Okay.
Right. So they're always gonna do the most obvious thing, which is he's just gonna set you on fire and stun you. Right. I mean, look at this. This is probably the most basic thing you can do. Right. So that's why I want you to think is when you do go for stuff like this, it's good to go for it. Just try and figure out, keep going down the line in terms of, do you know what they're gonna do next, and how can you beat that? Right.
All right.
Oh my god. All right. This is perfect. This we just want to see this all day, right? What do we do here? That's so good.
Oh yeah, follow up. That was
just follow up, right? So you see, even though you had a really good idea, even that backfired, right? But every time you follow up, it's like the freest thing ever, right?
easy AF.
Yeah, it's easy AF, right? Oh, this Zyra die. That's kind of awkward. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, nice try on the zap. Let's see what's going on. So I think a lot of what we're going to be watching is just interacting with the enemy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fast forward. Oh my god. It's just the same thing over and over again, right? PogChamp. Just land abilities. Okay. Can we get this guy maybe? Fat ulti zap somewhere. Nope, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's totally fine. Okay, sure. Oh, okay, what's going on here? This is a fat ulti somewhere. Ah. Hold on to it, right? Oh, you got him. Oh, you see how you got him? Because you held on to it for so long, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. He had one direction to go to. Maybe you could tumble sideways or some shit, but wow, that was clean, right? I don't know about the zap, but the ulti was clean.
Oh yeah, that was Hail Mary.
All right. Any questions so far? Is there still watching this?
So I think I need to figure out a little. I don't know, we can watch this so fast. So when my tower's in this scenario right here, I think I need to try to figure out how to polish up my priority on clearing minions, because I like that is my number one thing is if there's no minions under this turret, they still can't kill it. And so I don't know what I do here. I know in my head okay, good.
Oh yeah, you just need to run. Yeah, sometimes you can't defend. So
but say that turret, say Yasuo wasn't there and it was just the Kayn and Brand. Like I probably would have went in there with rockets and chompers and did everything I could to kill those minions there. Just so, because then even if I die, that turret's still gonna stand and they're gonna be hurt.
No. So if you let's say you go 1v2 and you try and clear out the minions, right? And then you do some damage and then you die, right? What's gonna happen in 30 seconds? They push the next wave and take your tower anyways, right?
Okay.
So kind of dying to defend the tower, it doesn't really compute, right? It doesn't really work, which is why no one really does it. Is that it's essentially never worth. You never see an example where someone successfully kills other minions, dies, damages them so much that they can't take the next wave because they have a man advantage now, right? So, oh my god, oh nice try. But yeah, what you did there, just backing because you're gonna die defending, that's what you do every time. It's never worth to die, is what I want you to think.
Okay.
Oh, why'd you get a Hex Drinker here?
From the Brand.
Oh yeah, you probably don't want to go Hex Drinker, but maybe it could work. Oh, this is the fattest ulti I've ever seen. As long as you don't shoot it into the Yasuo win wall. Oh, feels bad. Your team already killed everyone. Okay, that was good. You see how this fight is progressing though, right? What about this team fight is good for Jinx? What are you doing here?
I am not taking any aggro.
Or
Yeah.
rather, who started this fight and what are you doing?
Oh yeah, okay. So I'm following up.
Yeah, you're following up, right? So that's why we know it's gonna be a lot better. Is that you didn't go first, so all you have to do is just follow up, and it's easy. Look at this, it's easy, right? Look how easy it is. And what is Kane doing here? What did he do there?
Chasing.
Perfect, right? So it's all the same thing. That's what I want you to think. Anytime you see these fights, think about it in these terms. Okay, sometimes you miss that, but as long as you hit this rocket, we're happy. Oh, he's gonna dash over the wall. Oh, easy. Ulti. He's gonna dash again. He's gonna dash. Ulti. No, you know mana. No.
Yep.
Okay, well, you had the right idea. All right, so
Sucks to
at least
suck.
at least you had the right idea. All right, so that's what we want every time, and that's
Like-
you would say that's winning every time.
I was
Okay.
so afraid to use my ult and whiff it right there. Like,
I mean, it was good if you had enough mana, but it got to the point where he couldn't dodge it anymore, and then you had a shot. But it's okay. I think
Yeah.
that's better than just whiffing it, to be honest. So, okay, what's going on here? Oh, what's
Yep.
wrong with this picture?
I'm starting a fight.
Yes, I want you to think that you should not start stuff.
Okay.
Right? That's what I want you to think. Even if you have flash. Right now, it's just a really bad habit that you have right now, where you walk up and you try and do something, and I think sometimes in specific situations it can be okay, but most of the time you're doing it all the time. So you just need to stop doing this in the first place, right? And things will look a lot better, right? Also, I think
So, like,
mob
right here-
first is not good. Oh yeah, you need to leave this tower, my dude.
Okay. That was
Otherwise,
another
they're
scenario
really-
where I'm like, if his wind wall wasn't there, it's just so sad to see a tower die.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, think about it this way: the towers, at this level, the towers don't matter. All that matters is that you kill them as a team and then take Baron. All right, the towers are paper in this game. After you get Baron, so don't worry about like being down in towers or anything like that. That almost doesn't matter. Oh, this is a fat. That's your chance. I want you to think anytime you can follow up. This is what you're looking for. Who on my team do I follow up on? So like Zyra Root, for example, any kind of stun you can look for here. Look
So
for
what
some kind
should I
of zap ulti.
Oh, okay.
If you noticed she was trying to root him, maybe you could go for a zap ulti, right? But
Yeah.
it's okay. Oh, okay, nice try. He's out.
Yeah.
Fast forward. So basically, we're basically looking to clean up your fighting. We want to prevent stuff like, just basically trying to prevent you from starting stuff, and or trying to hit someone when it's not safe. And I think these are the two most important concepts, right? Okay, a little bit too close here, my dude. Okay, we're okay. Nice try. Sometimes games like this are gonna happen though, where you lose, and it's okay, right? This guy's gonna kill you, by the way. Oh, goodbye.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice try. Now they just have more people, right? So
Yeah, that was one of those. Yep. So don't be afraid to just let the objective die if you can't stop it.
Yes. You trying to force something to happen is more likely to backfire than not. So I would say, just watching these, you want to make sure your fighting is as clean as possible. So we want to see like 0 deaths. So you notice how none of these games have 0 deaths except this one. Right? Seriously, none of these games have 0 deaths. We want to see as many games as possible to have 0 deaths. All right. And I think this will help a lot. Like, what do I do if there's no fighting going on? Kill minions, right? And only try and follow up and hit someone if it's safe. And I think these concepts will help you a lot, right? Did I send you my team fighting example video?
I don't think you sent it to me, but I know I watched it. The
Okay,
the
yeah.
what, I mean, you have a couple. You've got one that's titled like team fighting, and then the other one is how to win as ADC or something like that.
Yeah. Those
I've
those
seen both of
ideas,
those.
those ideas help a lot. Like the team fighting one
Don't
for
commit to a doom fight.
yeah, don't commit to a doomed fight indeed. So for you, I would say like don't start shit, kill minions, and go for follow up when you're trying to fight. And then when you have like, I want you to think that when you have like 6 items and flash, you can start looking for stuff. Okay, but even then, most of the time you don't want to do that. So for now, if you can just stick with being as clean as possible when fighting, I think it'll help a lot. Especially at this level, they're just gonna run into you. So you don't have to go looking for a fight. They're gonna run into you. I promise. I promise.
All right. Yeah, a big thing I got out of this was that doing nothing can be better than starting something.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a lot in League where where trying to make something happen can often have the opposite effect, right? If the punish is basic, like let's say you hit the tower and the most basic, their first reaction is just defend it, right? And them defending it is good for them, then you screwed up because you didn't want to attack the tower, right? So oftentimes, if you don't know what to do, you should sit and figure out what to do before you go do it.
Yep. If my support doesn't have anything I can follow up with, then I basically only use my abilities if they're chasing.
Yeah, exactly. Or you can, if they're
Just
chasing, you
throwing
can hit them with
zaps out.
hit them with your chompers, and then you follow up you follow up on yourself, right? Yeah. So let's say what's a champion that you can't follow up on? Well, actually, every single champion is follow upable. Oh, okay, Timo, right? What do you
More
follow up on for
like the
Timo?
Sona right there was that where I wrote that down from, like where there's not going to be a consistent like 20-second cooldown like we can do
Oh
a trade.
yeah. That's it. It's just ulti, right?
Yeah.
So in that case,
But
sorry, what were you
yeah.
saying?
Oh no, nothing. Sorry.
Yeah, in that case, it's like slightly different. It's like, oh, maybe you can trade because Sona can heal you up, right? Like one auto attack trade, maybe something like that. Maybe you can poke him out or something, right? Yeah, Sona's a little different because all she can do is you do it off her ulti and that's it, right? So anything, basically, that's your goal though. Is you're only looking to follow up on stuff. I mean, every single champion, I guess, has some kind of CC. So almost every champion here that we're seeing in this match history. So yeah, any other questions?
Yeah, no. I mean, I'd be experimenting with pushing lane because so far I've only ever played where you saw me playing in that Ezreal game, unless it's something where my support's like it's solo queue, so sometimes your support's gonna make you push your lane. But unless it's like an obvious scenario, I'm pretty much always trying not to push the lane and to play back. So the first thing we got was that if they can't punish me, to push and push and run.
Push and run, yes. Push and run. Do not hit the tower. Do not hit the tower. I pretty much don't hit the tower ever at this rank. It's just hit the tower when they die is what I want you to think. Or if you're hitting the tower, you're not actually trying to hit it. You're trying to bait them or something. So.
And then the danger zone's not always the danger zone if they can't hold me down and kill me. So.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
anything else?
No. That was very helpful. I've got.
Alrighty. Cool. I hope that. Yeah, I think a hyper focus on this fighting stuff will help you the most, right? Like if you can win every interaction at this rank, you can actually just 1v9. You can just kill everyone, right? So I would say focus the most when it comes to fighting other people. Okay. And like you only look for the fights if it's winning. Let's say you have no idea if you want to fight them. Okay, kill minions. And then when they run into you, that's when it's obvious. That's what I want you to think. Okay, don't look for it, but focus on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like okay. I that 4v5 or 5v4 was a good example of where like
Yeah.
I see it and I'm like, oh, this is a winning fight, but only if my team starts it, not if I
Yes,
start.
yes.
So
If you're playing something like Leona, Thresh, and literally anything besides like Jinx or an ADC, that's definitely winning, right? You know, 5v4, let's start it. But you're insta dying essentially, so it's
yeah,
not
so
winning.
that
It's not winning
it's not
anymore.
the 5v4 anymore. Yep.
Yeah, it's a 4v4. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you. You gonna be playing
Alrighty,
some
cool,
Nexus
cool,
Blitz
cool.
now?
I'll probably
Going back
solo
to
queue
streaming?
some solo queue until we pass out. Who knows? But
Cool.
yeah, that's about it. If you
Alright.
do have questions or especially clips you want to show me and you want to know what you should do in those situations, definitely send it my way. I'm always online. So
Excellent. Yeah, I've been making some, so I'll be doing that. You have a
alrighty.
good night, man.
All right, you too, dude. You too. Good luck in your games.
Thanks.
Bye bye.